Welcome to Slab Podcast, episode 59, where the grades matter. There are no rules. How you doing, Professor Oak?
What is happening? It is a very wonderful Wednesday. Now we're living in the future. I'm fantastic. How are you doing?
Great, man. Q1's in the past. Looking back at it, it was an awesome Q1. I'm excited to keep moving on. It's going to be a good year.
Big one. Yeah, this year I feel like should be less turbulent as a whole. It feels like things are a little bit more predictable, but I do want to touch on, I think what we'd like to do from now on, we're going to try this for a little bit, is just kind of run down what we're going to talk about. This week is a pretty chilled out week for us, but I want to give you a quick agenda of what's going on. So we're going to talk about spicy comments from last week. We're going to talk about the winner. We're going to talk about some new spicy topics for this week. And we're going to talk about the grading numbers for March. So PSA, Beckett, CDC, SGC. We're going to talk about PWCC. So they released some data from some of their sales for 2024. We want to look at that. That was pretty interesting. I want to talk about some of the specials with grading, where the price is at right now on grading slabs. What else we got? Pokemon Worlds date being announced, and Collecticons. So we've got plenty to chew on this week. Who's our winner for the spicy comment? You want to take us away?
Yeah, this one new guy. He's coming. I guess he's won maybe once before. This might be a second time winning. Goes by the name of Oak. I was shocked. Not gonna lie. I thought I had a pretty spicy one. But yours is pretty damn good. Like we came up to bat last week with the spicy comments. If you wanna, I'll let you read it and take it away since it is yours.
Yeah. I said never sell a low pop card yourself. I'll explain my reasoning for that. I don't think
real quick, this is intriguing to me because I don't agree. So this will be interesting.
Oh, okay. So my specific first thoughts, there's a few things built into this. My first initial thoughts, which like the fundamental part of it, is first of all PWCC and consigners through eBay. So we've got James and Dan, everyone that kind of knows it, low popping. There's literally so many people that people listen to, and they'll listen to the fact that it's a low pop, or they'll read it. Same thing. That can be communicated very easily now through text, through pictures, titles, blah blah blah, and I don't think you have the same ability to capture that audience's attention to listen and read that thing unless you are a platform like that, unless you have a following or you have people coming to you specifically. On eBay, if you're listing Pikachu slab, likely, unless someone's looking specifically for that one, they're not going to stumble upon it, Whereas, I think if someone's going to a specific seller or auction or whatever to kind of breeze through and see. I mean, we see it with James's auctions. His cards go often like a little bit higher than what the market is for that card. So I just think there's something to it. I have had good success with it, and I haven't had as good success selling stuff on my own that's been low pop. I had one that sat for quite a while. I ended up selling for more than I wanted it to. I did well with it in the long run, but short term, I just wasn't getting eyes on it. I wasn't getting views on it at all. Very low amount of views, and I'm kicking myself for not consigning that one specific card now. But lesson learned. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. Really, really basic approach, honestly. Where you at?
Yeah, it makes sense. Like thinking about it that way. Like when I think low pop, my brain went straight to like really expensive. So I guess there is also low pop stuff that isn't really expensive. Like you had just shown me a card before the stream that is low pop, and nobody's probably ever going to find that card unless they, for whatever reason,
search. We'll want to do a video on it.
Yeah, so the way my brain went again is towards expensive cards, and I feel like there's a benefit selling low pop expensive cards by yourself on eBay because people filter a lot of the times, like high to low, and they like people that are looking for really expensive cards, they do that all the time. When I had my black labels listed at stupid ass prices, like I had dumb prices on there just for like interactions on my page. I got tons of them because I listed them at like 70 grand, 50 grand, and people, it was like a meme essentially. And it's probably a play, to be honest. It's like just a marketing tool to have this weird thing very expensive. And I've had success selling like pop one cards through eBay and listing it on eBay and then possibly transacting elsewhere, and it's been nice. I I definitely see the benefit though of, like you said, like if it's a pop one $200 card, like people are on PWCC looking for low pop stuff. Like they see that extra little the notation under it and they're like, "Damn, dude, like let's go." It is pretty cool. I like the way they do that. I wish more eBay sellers listed pop in the title, to be honest.
Yeah.
That would be way more beneficial than putting the word Pokemon. Like if you put pop 4, pop 15, pop 23, you're saving like a lot of the times, like when I'm looking at some older things, I'm looking up the pops. If it's a card I've never seen, I'm like, yeah, I'm curious how many of these are actually graded. Let's go. Yeah, I agree, I guess, in a little bit, in a sense, you kind of changed me for not thinking about just the ultra high end.
I do, counterpoint to what you said, though. Our consignment friends have some really good pricing. So like that also kind of shifts me towards not doing it myself and like not even worrying about the hassle just to get in an envelope.
Yeah. So but again, they're all on eBay. So, but yeah, I guess it is not selling through yourself if you're consigning it. But yeah, their fees for expensive cards are insane. So buy it now consignments, auction consignments, whatever, which one, there's pretty good. If you got an expensive card, you're going to get a pretty good rate through an eBay consignment service rather than Rare Candy. Rare Candy charges 20 effing percent, which seems insane to me. Yeah, there's some crazy price breakdowns there. Have you ever looked into Rare Candy?
I've looked at it. I've looked through the site and stuff, and yeah.
I just registered looking for a couple of cards this past week when I was down in Florida, but yeah, it's an interesting website. Leonhardt, I think, live auctions all of them when he does like elite auctions or whatever. So
yeah, I haven't got stuck too far into it to get too involved. Honestly, a lot of the stuff just like hasn't really been when I've glanced at it. The times I have hasn't been the kind of stuff that I was wanting anyway. So
yeah,
but interesting, spicy topic. I think I'd be interested to hear if anyone else has any opinions on that in the comments. Please let us know. If you like the comment, give us a thumbs up. I'm always looking for thumbs up on the video, so hit that. Do you have a spicy comment for next week?
I do. Yep. So if you are not auctioning cards, at least a small amount intermittently of liquid cards, you're doing a disservice to your eBay page because you're not getting extra free interactions to the rest of your things that are for sale.
Love it. I got one.
Send it.
Mine's a bit more basic, but
basic training.
Selling cards is more fun than buying cards.
Yours is much shorter, but it's pretty good. That's I don't know. They both got a pretty hell of a dopamine kick, but
we'll see.
Yeah. Everybody drop your spicy comments down below. We greatly appreciate all the interactions. It is phenomenal. Love reading them every week.
Same. It is fun. I do laugh a lot going through them. Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, Oak is sitting on 2 phone books this week. So extra tall.
Shout out SGC. Thank you for pointing out my broken seat. So I just manually did a little gypsy fix over there. So, you want to talk grading numbers? What happened in March?
Let's hear 'em. Let's hear 'em.
PSA did 1.33 million.
Going up, baby.
I don't know if I've ever seen them do that much. That I remember them dipping around 9 and something at one point, 1, like around that region. I don't remember them being at 1.3.
Yeah,
That
there's
seems
1.2s
high.
recently. A lot of 1.2s. 1.1, yeah. That's pretty high for the last like few months. That's the high. And I haven't gone back that far, so
another jump, and still they still don't need to do $10 grading, I guess. I mean, they're still crushing it at the price and they're at. So I know we have talked about it quite a few times over the past couple of years on the podcast and Discord, on other people's lives. You know, I've had so many interactions and conversations about it, but maybe we're not getting $10. I mean, if they're doing 1.33 and they just released a special, which we'll touch on later, but I don't know, do you think? What do you think? Do you think we're there? Like,
have we seen sports specials this year? Had to be something, right?
Nothing that low, not close to 10. Like the one right now is like 16 or 17, I think.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's the special.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's absurd. No, that's it ain't gonna be changing probably anytime soon, but throughput is crazy.
What I think is if we saw that number take a dive from the 1.3 million, if that suddenly took a bit of a nosedive, I think we would see a really strong special after that in reaction to it to try and pump them back. But I mean, they're crushing it. It's brilliant. CGC hit 185,000, which is fantastic again. That seems to have gone up. That seems to be increasing and doing very strongly. SGC 147, like 147,000. That seems strong too. I mean, that seems to be trending in the right direction. And then Beckett's at 66,000, which, I mean, we've seen them lower. It's not fantastic. I know we've seen them lower, but that still feels like a lot for Beckett. Like, you know, not that many people are submitting to them.
The crazy number here for me is 1.7 million total graded cards in 1 month between just these 4 companies. So if you probably lump in all the ABC companies, you're probably not close to 2 million, but it's probably 1.85. That's a
how many people do you think collect slabs in the US?
Dude, that's a lot of slabs. A lot of consumption required to maintain.
Right.
That's crazy to me. That's a ton of graded cards.
It's really hard to comprehend.
Yeah. And knowing PSA, approximately half of that's Pokemon, and CGC, approximately 90% of that's Pokemon. Like, that's wild.
It makes you realize just how small your collection is compared to what's actually out there, right?
Exactly. I got these cool 40 slabs sitting around, like, damn. 2 million slabs in a month. You know, I walk into CollectCon and I just look at it. I'm like, this is how many slabs are in a CollectCon, would you say? Say in our section, it's probably a heavy slab section. 10 booths, say 100 slabs a guy. Yeah, so about 1,000 slabs. Multiply that out by, it could be like 50,000 to 100,000 slabs in CollectCon.
Yeah,
50 to 100,000. That place is massive. And this is 1.7 million in a month. That's great. That's damn.
Yeah, the
hobby's doing well.
USPS is just crushing it. They just must be making so much money because these aren't, I mean, FedEx, USPS, all those guys, just the returns alone then they're shipping to PSA, shipping to CGC, transacting through eBay, send PVCC, shipping back. Like, just so there must be so much gasoline spent on these slabs. So much.
They're doing well. USPS is extreme. Like you had shown it, I think, recently on the podcast, right? Like they're one of the most profitable companies in the entire United States. So, or the world, was it? I don't know. I think it was the US, but
It's got to be part of it. Yeah.
I'm curious what the numbers were in 2019. Do we know? Does Gemrate have that?
I don't think he was operating back then. But,
I don't think so either.
I know there is that historical like snapshot website where you can go back and check shots of it. So there may be a way of getting something close to what it was, but yeah, I don't think the previous owners were that great with data, oddly enough, for how much data they had at their fingertips.
I would think
PSA anyway.
Is probably almost a quarter of where it's at in 2019.
Oh, I would say much less than that probably, and I would think it's 90% of that was probably sport.
Yeah, because CGC was 0. Beckett was definitely like dabbled in Magic the Gathering, dabbled in Pokemon, dabbled in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was like 5% of their actual throughput. SGC was all sport, but it was not 147K for sure. And PSA was probably 100% not 1.3 million, but who knows? If anybody knows, let us know, because I'd be curious, because it was probably like 400,000 total graded cards, and now we're looking at 1.8 million in a month.
Nuts. But
yeah.
Again, we'll see what the year brings us in terms of pricing, like, in reaction to if there is more demand, because they're not going to put prices down if there's demand, and clearly there is. Clearly the market's still hot because people wouldn't be grading.
Yeah. So speaking of grading, who you grade like it? So given the current prices, PSA just announced, I think April 1st. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke, but I think that was legit. The PSA special for TCG is $13.99 again. Seems like that could be a standard here maybe soon. I don't get why TCG gets so much love on specials, unlike sports cards.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It would piss me off, especially because literally TCG is like almost 50% of their business. It's not like TCG's drowning and they need to pump up the numbers. I don't get it really. I wish I could sit in that boardroom and understand.
Do you think maybe they're easier to grade and process or something because of the rounded corners? Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, maybe they just don't give an F when grading trading cards. It probably is the case. The way I've been seeing some of these F and 10s lying around this bitch, holy, every single Pokemon 151 looks like a 9.
I mean, really though, like I've got some sharp corner cards that look like black labels and they're not 10s in PSA. Yeah. And then I've got, Pokemon cards with rounded edges and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how they say a 10.
Yeah, they don't like sharp corners. They're brutal.
And with the strictness, I would imagine being strict takes more time because you got to look deeper at it, spend longer checking this or that, or whatever, whenever they're going through the 4 different steps of the grading. So may just be cheaper to grade trading card because of that. Honestly, it could be that simple. Yeah.
Yep.
They would never admit it, obviously, but
yeah. So it's $10 for CGC again. And what, like, if you had a stack of cards you're trying to flip right now, which one are you going with? If you got 50 cards you're sending in, you want to go down to CollectCon with them, who you grading with?
With PSA at 14 and CGC 10, PSA all day. Yeah, I'll spend the extra $4 on each, even if it only makes me 5. I know it's going to sell quicker. even if it's only the extra $1 because it sells for $5 higher, I still
Yep.
rather do that because I know it's going to people are more likely to buy it. It's going to take more eyes. The rinse and repeat is faster, right? The turnaround's faster for getting it sold. I mean, I've had CGC cards listed cheaper in better quality, listed cheaper than PSA cards that are similar, and they don't sell. It's bizarre.
Yeah. Yep. I completely agree with you. I would definitely PSA also edit we mentioned here, but the turnaround time seems to be better than CGC currently. It seems like they're coming out of the new mystery slab box they're probably doing level 2 with Mr. Bassick, but and if that's the case, it'll probably get closer to the 1 month like PSA, so we'll see how that turns. But yeah, with the for PC stuff though, I'm still sending to CDC personally. I'd rather have, especially if it's modern, I want a pristine 10, not a PSA 10 personally. Um, Even if it's vintage, I would rather have a pristine 10, even though I'm not going to ever grade one. When I'm buying, I'd rather have the pristine 10. So for me as a collector, CDC is still my go-to. But for selling, there's a bunch of dumbass people out there buying PSA 10. So sorry to those people, but I'm going to cash in on.
I was chasing some CC10s, like you're saying, the pristines with the fancy looking label. Chasing some of those on PWCC on Sunday, with Pikachu's, and Pikachu looks great with that color label flashing up next to it. It looks sharp, kind of like you with Zapdos, the yellow.
Yeah.
And the crystal clear slab, it looks neat, looks tidy. I don't know, it does. It looks good. It looks nice. So I was actually chasing some. I don't remember if I won any. I need to check because I need to pay. But I know I bid on quite a few, more than I should have probably. But yeah, that was fun because I haven't really done that before. Like at that, like a particular kind of chase. Like I was specifically chasing those on Sunday because there was some that I thought were at a good price. So
Yeah.
it's fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Katie Lowen, let's talk about a couple of the comments from last week. So Katie Lowen, shout out. Regular. People that clean their cards are actually the MVPs of the hobby, saving our little treasured pieces of artwork from the potential long-term damage of dust, dirt spots, and mystery mayo stains. I like it. That is kind of what I was saying, and I think you agreed with most of it, right? Like,
yeah,
I think it makes a lot of sense. Like, getting it clean, tidy, it's artwork. Why would you not want your card in the best possible condition? Like, you clean your car, like you want things to look nice. It's just clean and tidy. You don't need to edit it. We're not talking about filling in coloring spots and that kind of stuff. Hopefully they can detect that. I know people have had stuff sent back before. I think you had one sent back and they said that it had been touched up, right? Like they check for that stuff, so hopefully they can find it. But like cleaning, it's whatever.
Yeah, I had a Gretzky rookie card that got sent back that said it was trimmed.
That was right.
And it was my stepdad's, and he's had it for 30 years. So I think they're just smoking effing crack, to be honest. If somebody's trimming cards 30 years ago, damn, they're ahead of the game. But
it's a bad cut, right?
Yeah, exactly. And most of them are. Most of those old cards, like crazy that they couldn't. I was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, how do you even know? Like, how do you know? Really, like, especially with some of those weird miscuts. There's literally no way to know.
Yeah, and then we see PSA grading miscut Charizard. So I mean, and that's still. I think they're still quiet on all that front. So probably the play. Nobody, if you quit talking about it, it goes away, right? So yeah, it's but yeah, I agree. Cleaning cards. I mean, I do it to a sense, but I've also effed some cards up trying to clean them. So I've had some bad experience. I wish I knew how to clean like magazines, but I'm not I just graded like a 1947 Time magazine. I would love to be able to get some of the pencil marks and stuff, but I'm like, I think I'm all set. I'm just gonna send it, keep it the way it is. I'm not gonna bother. So I don't care too much about the condition of those. It's more so just having the booklet. But yeah, I'm all
Yeah,
for
for that,
clean.
it might be better just to have it graded in the grade it is, rather than potentially them saying I'm not going to grade it because you've done something to it that you shouldn't have, kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yep. That pissed me off. Yep. Yeah, like my other I just leave the pencil marks on there. I don't even erase them. I probably should, but
The only ones I've had back are the Bandai cards I bought from DC Sports 87 that PSA said were fakes. It turned out to be fakes. Haven't had anything sent back for weird cuts or colorization or anything like that. I've been pretty lucky for the most part, but also a lot of the stuff has been cracked slabs or things I've opened.
yeah.
I would say probably only about maybe 10 to 20% have been raw cards that I've bought, like very few. So there's also that.
Oh yeah.
You want to touch on, you want to give us your spicy comment from last week? You want to go over that?
Yeah. So Oak clapped my cheeks. I didn't
Always.
have nearly as many likes, but we figured we should talk about it anyways because we run the effing show.
It's a
I had
good
said
one.
buy it now or best offer is the best way to sell on eBay. So basically, you're listing on eBay, you list it as buy it now, and having best offer as an option is the best way to sell. Instead of, and the reason I say that is there are so many effing people that just do not want to pay full ask price. So when you list your thing at minimum low market, say it's $240 for whatever Charizard, it's the low list on an entire eBay platform, and probably 30% of the people are like, no way this is a good value. It's full market. I'm not like I've never gone to a card show and paid full market for a card. We've always negotiated at least $5 off. And I'm telling you, I have our best offer on there. Like, of course, you get some spam bull crap, like people offer you whatever. You could not allow 50% offers. You can set those parameters, but give the dude $5 off.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're gonna increase the buyer pool, and you're not even realize like if you have extremely liquid stuff, yeah, you don't need to have the offers required to do the sales, but you are going to increase your buyer pool if you allow offers. I am shocked time and time again. I'll have a $300 item, and somebody will come through and offer me $290. I'm like, was this guy even interested at 300? Like, those are the type of things I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll just take whatever that is, 3% off. Yeah, whatever, bud, no problem. It's just one of those things. I think it increases the buyer pool by having best offers allowed, and I don't think it's a big enough waste of time for me at my level of seller. I don't know. What do you think?
I think right at the end where you touched on there with it, you're kind of having the best offer as another data point that they can search and filter. Like it's a criteria they can select. So if you don't have that on there when they select best offer, like you're literally not going to show up. Like your item's not even going to be there, even if they are willing to pay that price, or even if you are the only option of that card they're looking for, or slab, whatever. So I agree. If I learned the hard way myself actually on some of the stuff in the past, because I remember at one point I had quite a few things on my eBay, and one thing, there might have been two or three things. There's one thing I remember, and it wasn't selling. Like it wasn't even getting views. Like no one was looking at it, to the point where it got like relisted that many times. Like eBay just like took it off and just listed it. They like moved it to the unsold or not sold or whatever section. And I was like, yeah, I should probably like just put it on cheap and just get rid of it. Like if no one wants it, what it's worth, I guess I should just because it was very fairly priced. I didn't have it overpriced or anything. People just weren't looking, didn't want that specific card, not much out there, and ended up selling it for like, I don't know, 30% less, like literally within hours of listing it. I listed it lower, fair enough, but I did have offer on there, and guy sent me a way low offer, countered, and he took it a bit, and I'm wrong with it. I was like, God, I could have done that like months ago. Like what am I doing?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that day, I remember spending, like my wife wasn't home yet, and I remember finishing work. I mean, no joke, I spent like an hour going through all of my listings, editing all the pricing, adding best offer, moving stuff down, putting some stuff up. Actually, there's a couple of things I put up a little bit because it was getting a lot of views and a lot of saves, and I was like, that probably is a bit too cheap. It goes both ways. So I think another part of it, with what you were saying, is reevaluating. Like, just reevaluate it. Should I add best offer on there? Like, maybe you don't need it right out of the gate, but if you have stuff right now that don't have it, it might behoove you to do it. To jump in and do it. I know I've felt that. Or you could be stubborn and just, hey, if you want that price, like, you can sit, you can wait on it, you can get it, but you don't know when.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a good comment.
Definitely. Some we didn't put on our notes. I got to see you in person last week.
Oh yeah.
That was last week. In Florida, fun. In the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not in the Discord, shame on you. I had posted a picture of us hanging out. That was pretty cool. I had never played and sat down at a roulette table. That was my first time ever doing it. I had walked by, set chips on red before, and just kept going. Like, I've never taken the time to sit down, watch people and how they bet, and that is a interesting game. It is nothing like blackjack or poker. It is
very unique.
Very unique. It's cool. I like it was nice. I think the minimum bet was like $5, which was you can make money last a long time if you want to just sit there and watch a game or something. Yeah, just $5 here. Roll the wheel. And what is it? It's probably like 2 minutes between wheel spins every time. So you're gonna be there for a minute. What is it about roulette that you like?
First of all, I'm glad you came. I'm glad you liked the idea and you want to join. That was wonderful meeting you and Mrs. Greeny. That was fun, definitely. I think roulette for me is that there is high risk, high reward. I like the danger of it because it's got some of the worst odds. If not the worst odds of winning. But when you do win, you win big. And I've had some really nice wins, like to the point where I've had to pay taxes. Like, I've had really good wins and good luck on it. Also had, when we were there, I mean, I had zero luck. Like, I didn't really hit much at all. Not normally that bad. But comes and it goes. It's just part of it. You can't always win. If you did, I'd be there every day. I'd just be clearing them out. So but yeah, I think it's the dangerous high odds of it, It's that simple.
Yep. Exactly.
It's also really fun when you're drunk and you hit a number and you hit big, and then you do a silly big bet that you shouldn't, and you hit that. Oof. It's fun.
Yeah.
It is. It's a good time. You played did you guys go play a little bit of slots or no?
A little bit after everyone disbanded. We played, just probably put another $30 in one machine and lost our ass even more. So it was all good fun.
And you enjoyed Florida?
The what?
You enjoyed Florida too? You had a good time here?
Absolutely gorgeous. It was, Clearwater was phenomenal. I would love to have a condo there on the water to go to 3 months out of the year when it's really cold here. That'd be friggin' awesome.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be a few years.
Yeah, the snowbird life is understandable in a lot of ways. It's annoying, but it's understandable. I get it.
Annoying.
Hell yeah. Try living here when suddenly the population doubles for a few months a year. It's,
yeah, that's true.
It's rough.
It's got to be quiet in the summers, though.
Quieter. Yeah, it's still busy. There's still a lot of people here. It's a lot busier than it used to be, but it's definitely more manageable. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also gross and there's hurricanes. So,
yeah. So, let's jump into PWCC.
Yeah.
Most sold graded Pokemon cards in
2024.
This is interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw this. I was instantly, my eyes were, whoa, okay, we're going to talk about this because I don't remember them doing it like quarterly because this is essentially the first quarter, right? You know, you were just talking earlier about us going into Q2. This is 2024 so far. I mean, what they really mean is the first 3 months of the year.
Yeah.
So I love that. I hope they do it every 3 months, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. It'd be cool if they did it every quarter instead of just doing like a year to date.
Yep.
Because then that eliminates this data point, right? So then you're starting fresh with maybe some Scarlet and Violet, new Scarlet and Violet stuff will pop up. Whereas, as you can see here, we're starting right off with a Mew 151 Scarlet and Violet. So basically, the way this is broken down right here, it's not a BGS 9.5 is the most sold card. It is just Mew EX from the 151 set is one of the most sold cards. Number 5 to be exact for Pokemon at PWCC. That's a lot of sales, probably. I could only imagine. Have you ever graded one?
I don't remember.
This is the Black Star promo from the UPC as well.
Yeah, I had a couple, but I don't remember. I think I may have them, or I may have saw them raw. I don't remember. I'll have to take a look.
Number 4, everybody's favorite, Ancient
Classic. Yeah. I mean, I know there's different variations. I'm guessing they're lumping them together.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't surprise me. I can't say I'm looking for it each week, but it doesn't surprise me. I just think it's just been relentless forever. Like, I feel like it's always just been a card that sells. So liquid.
It is one of the most liquid cards. I remember giving away a pristine 10 of this. So seeing a perfect 10 here is pretty cool. I even realized I had that. But yeah, it's very nostalgic for pretty much all of us, I would say, probably.
Ugh, it's amazing.
Love
Fantastic
that card. This card's mids.
That's what it is.
Do you have one of these? Base set Unlimited Charizard?
No.
You don't have a base Unlimited? Are you even a Pokemon collector?
I don't think I've ever had one, actually. Like, it hasn't... I know I probably sound like an asshole, but it hasn't ever really interested me that much. Like, it's a cool card. I feel like it's a pillar of the hobby, but I feel like it's mostly that because everybody loves it. Like, it just is what it is. I don't have as much of a connection to it. I didn't pull one when I was a kid. Like, I don't know. I like Team Rocket set. I had my dog Charizard. That was my baby. That was a really fun card to have.
Yeah. I got base Charizards coming out my ass over here.
Well, I guess you could buy plenty off PWCC if you ever need more.
Yeah.
Just the third best selling, should I say.
I haven't bought a graded Charizard ever in my life.
Hey, you've graded them though, right?
I lied. I did buy a BGS 9.5 Shadowless Charizard. So
yeah, that wasn't too long ago.
We won't talk about that. Number 2, Mew EX. This is the metal one or not metal? Probably not metal.
It's the one in the where you got the 3 in a row, right?
Yeah. I think it came with a metal one though, didn't it?
I'll have to get mine and see if it's metal. I think it is metal.
That's what I thought.
I'm pretty sure mine is metal. Yeah. It's like kind of heavy.
So maybe this is the metal one. Who knows? I'm curious because I know the same exact cards in the set, but the Ultra Premium Collection one is metal, I do believe. And it makes sense that both of these are on here because they came in the same 3-card set. And I think this is the real card.
Yep. Pika Pika, my boy, number 1.
You got a graded one yet, or you're still rocking the BB one?
Still my cellophane, baby. Yeah, it's still there. I don't want to buy a graded one. I'm hoping they're going to come down a bit lower, but I will if they come down low enough. It's just I think that's going to be an Ancient Mew. I just think it's always going to sell well. I think that people are always going to want it.
It is cool to finally get an English artist card. You know, like they've all been
actually a cool card.
An actual cool English promo. I'm sure the Japanese people were pissed. But we've seen the grading impact, and they've obviously made a bajillion of these because the last Collecticon, I remember seeing videos of just people transacting sealed cases after sealed cases of these, which is not great. But yeah, this card is insane. Cool looking card.
It's a good point on it being English though, because Japan has had, especially Pikachu's, just an unbelievable amount of special promos. Like just absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely artworks for a lot of different and combos, you know, Mario's and this and that. Like there's just so many fun things that they've done. And we've had a couple of special deliveries, a couple of like cool Black Stars, that kind of stuff. But this is very unique, and I think for that this to me is the modern day Ancient Mew. And here we are; they're both in the top 5 most sold. I mean, I think that just adds to that point. Kind of solidifies a little bit for me.
Yep, I think Ancient Mew, base set Charizard, and Pikachu Great Felt Hat. I think Umbreon would have the chance of being like this if it wasn't as expensive as it was.
Yeah, it's silly.
Because the pop on that card is still pretty crazy. It's not as high as the Great Felt Hat Pikachu, but goddamn, it is. It is up there. So
I think what was most surprising about this list for me was that 3 of the 5 were Mew. Because I know people of Mew, and Mew's probably my second favorite Pokemon. Pikachu number 1, Mew second, Ditto is third. Actually, I love Ditto. But 3 of the 5 being the most sold with the most sales. I think I was expecting that from you. I thought there'd be more Charizards. I don't know.
I think it speaks to the time because it is 151, those 2 Mews, and the fact that their promos easy to get. There hasn't really been Charizard promos since the Charizard UPCs. Yeah, that's out of date and probably really cheap now. I don't even know. Haven't seen those selling forever. But another interesting thing also is that 4 of these 5 are actually just promos. This is the only set card, and it makes sense because now that is promos are easy plays because they're just so accessible. And it just goes to show like what people are doing. They're grading in mass quantity these promo cards they can get easy hands on and can make a small profit margin. And obviously that's a different case for the Ancient Mew. It is much older, but it's still in mass quantities of these sealed exist. So many of these were made. But yeah, this is the standalone in 2024 Q1, the only set card in the top 5, which is a testament of time.
It had to be, right? Like if any card is going to be that, it's got like it had to be base Charizard for sure. That makes sense. I think what would be really interesting would be a top 10, like to see with the other, just a few that were close. Like what else was close that could have been? It could have been a contender for it. That could have been really interesting to me.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's cool stuff. No, it's very cool. PWCC is an awesome time. They're always doing crazy ass stuff. Absolutely love seeing it. I would definitely, like you said, I would like to see a top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh list. I would like to see top 5. Sports is kind of boring because it's going to be like Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. I mean, it's too easy to predict. Like if you asked me to predict what the top 5 sold cards were at PWCC, I would have probably got Ancient Mew, Gray Felt Hat, and Base Zard, but the others I would have been kind of guessing. I would have thought maybe Unagaba, something still kind of trickling around, but
I don't think I would have said the UPC Muse. No.
no, I was not. I was not leaning towards those being much of a play at all, to be honest. So that's cool though. Very cool. You want to do an auction recap? So, want to recap a little bit on the most recent weekly PWCC auction?
Yeah, I think we could take a look. There was a few interesting sales and cards in there at the higher price point. Yeah, the set was a fun one. I don't know if I've seen a set sold like that on PWCC before. I know I've seen when I've watched you is Heritage. I think some sets and some smaller
Golden
combos
Heritage. They do these crazy auctions.
Like PWCC doesn't do sets of slabs a lot, right?
No.
Or am I just missing them?
Nope, they do not. It's very, very, very rare. And this is $50,000 set of cards here. All PSA 10.
Yeah.
All of the non-hollows from the base set, first edition. The red cheeks, yellow cheeks, the rainbow, error, dragonair. What a set. $50,000. That's a lot of damn money. I'm priced out on that. That's great. Not a single hollow. Not a single effing one.
Rainbow era Dragonair.
Average price of $570. That's crazy to me. $570. What is like to me? That's a hell of a sale.
You gotta really want it.
Like traditionally, when you auction these large sets, you get pounded like relentlessly. You do not do well. I feel like $500, $574 price average is solid for this.
Yeah.
Because there are some, like, there's a bunch of cards that are higher than 500. The Diglett, of course, but the Pikachus, the starters, even the Caterpie, like that's I think the lowest pop 10. That's not a $500 card.
Yeah,
I had sold a PSA 10 gray stamp of the Caterpie for like $370. And that was like an all-time high at the time, I felt like. So yeah,
how did you calculate that? Did you just divide by the 5,400? Because wouldn't the seller also get a little skim off the top because of that price point?
Yeah, so the guy that sold it, so yeah.
So it might even be higher than that if that's the case.
No, it's the person that sold it is going to realize less than $50,000 with the buyer premium. So you're going to take 20% off of that. And that's what the guy walks with.
Oh, the 54 was with buyer's premium.
With the boomer premium, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that had been added on. Okay.
Yep. So yeah, 50,400 divided by 87 total cards is like 574. So it's a hell of a price.
Yeah, that's fantastic, honestly.
This card,
wonder how much it cost to buyer. Like the seller, sorry, when he bought that stuff. Whether he lost money, if he bought stuff at the high or whatever.
Who knows? Yeah. This card sold for over $20,000.
Yeah. He could buy a few cars for that.
What the hell is this?
It's a Pluff Critchusna Stasipata chip.
That's about where I'm at with it. That is some of the most insane abbreviations I've ever seen on a PSA slab in my life. I think the last 3 stand for Championship North American. But I'm lost on the rest of it.
I think
Lost.
PLS Pokemon League. CR SH.
State, province, territory. No, I don't know. But yeah, right here. SPT, state, province, territory.
What the hell is Critchist?
So, but yeah, this is not any, like, if this was in a $10 bin, I would have scrolled by it. I had no clue that this was the stamp card.
I could see that. I could see that price, but it's a pop 10.
Yeah, that's a lot of pop. That's a lot of soda.
Selling like that, like there's really 10 people willing to sell that now. Hopefully, like if they're not, like that's a lot of money.
Yeah, there ain't no shot. Give me a PSA 9 minty Charizard first edition all effing day over this dog shit card. I'm
it's
not
Leafeon too. Like
it's not. Yeah, it's just Leafy. Who cares about Leafeon? That's like the least. That's the most disrespected one.
Like Leafeon for real. I don't want a leaf. I don't want a leafy cat, leafy fox, whatever it is. No, I'm all set.
Yeah, it ain't great.
Oh, here we go.
Do you have this card? Pikachu.
No. It is probably one of my grails, though. It's like a top 3. But the price, I mean, it's just even raw. It's ridiculous.
Do you know what it is, raw?
Not now.
It's got to be a grand, no? It's got to be at least a grand.
It was more than that last time I looked. But
what did it come out of?
I don't know, actually.
20th anniversary. So we were talking.
I know it was a promo back in the day, but
wow, 8 years ago. Holy shit. It's weird saying the 20th anniversary was 8 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
We're rolling up 2 years. It'll be 30. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah, Celebrations still doesn't feel that long ago.
That's so weird. Like, I didn't even hit me. That next year, it'll be 29 years. And everyone will be hyping up 2026, 30th anniversary. What are we doing? I feel like we just left 25th and it's still there, like right there. Wow. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
No rarities are like, it's crazy. Like the prices of some of this, like insane. I don't think I've ever seen a $10,000 Kakuna. I'm really confused about this card, to be honest. This has to be a mistake. Population 5. Top Sun is tanked. But this one's 10 grand.
Makes no sense.
I'm lost.
Do you know, I know you've got a few different color backs. Does blue back make any difference? Because I know the different backs can.
Blue back's premium, but the ultra premium is not having the numbers here, but there might not even be a no number Kakuna because I forget there's only like 30 or so of the cards in the set that have no number variants. The blue back's the premium, but there's still 5 of them, and 10,000 is insane because the Charizard I know has tanked significantly. I don't know the last time I saw a blue back card sell for over 10 grand. That wasn't a Charizard. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I think I got a blue. Did I get a blue bag Zapdos? It's like a grand. It's like a grand. $1,500 maybe for a Zapdos blue back. Similar pop, like it's like pop 10. A little bit rare because people care about Zapdos, but yikes. I don't know about that one. This card is relentless. 10 grand. Consistent though. That's
more understandable, but still a lot of money for a Pichu.
A Pichu, the population's not even listed because it's decently high.
Yep.
Like Neogenesis is one of the easiest WotC sets to grade before the E series. Like this is one of the best printed sets we experienced. I mean, it's a Pichu. 10G.
And a set card. You just said yourself there. It's a set. I mean, it's a set card too. It's not a promo. It's not some fancy Japanese thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah, prize cards. I'm lost with these. It's a peak. It's some kind of ring. You got. Is that Victini?
Honestly, it's so small. Let me see if I can make the screen bigger.
Let me click on it. $10,000. 2014 Pokemon Prize XY Break promo second place prize victory ring and a CGC 10. Oh yeah, Froakie. Is it Victini or no? Do you not remember these names? Jesus Christ, Oak. Lizardon Mega Battle. That's pretty cool.
Lizardon. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I feel weird buying someone else's prize. It just feels weird to me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said it before, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, I'd love to have a few of the prize cards, but if I ever own one, I would need to know who won it. I would need to know. It loses so much value when I don't know who owns it, who won it. And I believe CDC has started putting on the back of the labels who owned the card, but not on this one. I think they do when they know, which is nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. It's probably in the system. They could just look it up in the Pokemon like winners database thing.
Yeah.
I've looked at that before. I've looked at people's decks and stuff in there before. It's been pretty interesting.
About time ready to buy a first edition base set Charizard? Getting ready? Pull the trigger?
Yeah, why not? I'll get Gold Star while I'm at it.
Yeah. Your BGS 8 pulling $8,700 is solid, in my opinion. That is a solid sale.
That's crazy.
PSA 8 we're selling for like $8,000.
I would imagine there's a lot of people with an 8 quality in their binder still that they haven't got it out since they were a kid.
A lot? You think there's a lot of people with first edition base raw Zarados flying around there?
I bet throughout the world there's probably at least 50 people
50?
that have one of those just in a binder for when they were a kid, and they're just their Charizard in their Pokemon binder.
Yeah.
They don't have any idea what they're selling at, or like what grading is or that kind of stuff.
Where's Gold Star Pikachu rank compared to the 20th anniversary one? It's cheaper. Way cheaper. Not way cheaper, but it's still a couple grand cheaper.
Yes, I mean 20%. Yeah, it's. I think the thing about the Gold Star is it's just given such an atmosphere. Like, he just has an attitude, right? It's really just such a fantastic artwork. Like, the artwork, you don't even want to look at any other piece of the card. Like, it's just the Pikachu there. It doesn't even need to be a full card art or anything. It just looks fantastic. It's brilliant. But the promo has the starters, so I think I probably would go for the promo, honestly. It'd be a tough call for sure.
Wow. Going for the modern card in 2016. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. More Gold Stars. Never been a fan of these non-hollow Gold Stars. I think that's the dumbest thing they've ever done. I don't know why they would do that.
Yeah. Nostalgic.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not really nostalgic for me. I've never definitely owned one of these. Or any Gold Star, probably. Really, back in the day.
Yeah, no. I don't think I've had one.
So, Sun Faded Zard outsold Or is this missing print layer that PSA just doesn't know about? Because I feel like it would have got a worse grade if it was actually sun faded.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks sun faded to me. It looks like someone just had it in a window.
Yeah, because the thing that giveaway is the yellow borders is faded also. Because like I see some cards sometimes the yellow borders is fully intact, and just the red layers light.
Yeah,
But compared to this cards art, it's no contest. This one's way deeper yellows.
yeah. The colors the colors look dull. It doesn't look like there's one color missing. It looks like they've all been reduced almost.
Yeah, all of them equally. Yeah,
And there's some red.
K's of steel.
There's no red missing because if you look at the fire symbols for the energies, like there's red there. So it's not like there's fire red throughout it missing,
Yep.
and like the Charmeleon and the fire symbol top right, the 120 HP, like there's red there. It's just been reduced for some reason. So yeah, I don't know. And with the cert being what was it, 4082? I mean, that wasn't graded this past few months, right? Like that's a bit of an older grade. So
2020, 2021.
That's giving them time to do that with it, for it to sit somewhere. Won't take long in here, how close we are to the equator in Florida, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Ugh, get that monk card out of the way. That's gross.
No, it's got a Pikachu on the back.
Yeah. I don't get the ridiculous pricing for these cards. Like they're just way too extreme for what they are. Like these for me are Van Gogh Pikachu level. Like they're great. I want one, but I'm not going to pay hundreds of dollars. These people are paying thousands.
5,000 for a PSA 10
for a Mimikyu. Who the hell likes Mimikyu that much? It's crazy to me.
Aren't these are much lower pop? I believe they're still not low pop, but they are lower than the Van Gogh Pikachu because that thing was printed to oblivion.
Yeah, and that's it. It's not the card; it's the FOMO aspect. It's there isn't many of these. I got to buy it while I can.
Yeah,
just pay whatever I've got to get it, which it detracts from what the actual card is, which is kind of ugly. It's like, look at that artwork. That's not a very great artwork, right? I don't like that style of art.
I don't hate it, to be honest. I don't hate it. I almost like if I wish this was the English card instead of the Van Gogh Pikachu. I just realized this is a psychic Pokemon too. Interesting. There you go. There's another Pikachu card. Man, RIP to the Pikachu collectors. Every effing card's got a Pikachu on it.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you.
$3,800 for the finalist Rapidash.
Pokemon Communication from 2010. Oh god, it's a trainer card and it's even got a Pikachu on it.
There you go. They're so. I could only imagine
they're to just be everywhere.
Yeah, if you just did Pikachu trainer cards, there's still a bajillion of them.
So many.
I couldn't imagine. Illustrator,
the set registry with PSA, they just added some new sets that are really easy to collect, like evolution line sets. So you can complete the set and be joint first in the world by just having a Pichu, a Pikachu, and a Raichu, or Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, that kind of stuff. You can create some. They're almost like mini registry sets. So I'm curious what it if they're going to do anything with that at the awards. Like if there's going to be one that they say this is the coolest one or the best selection of evolutions throughout. Say they do different set for each evolution of some of them. I thought that was cool. That's a cool addition that they've added because it makes it less daunting. You only got to collect 3 or 4 cards, some of the Pokemon. Instead of like the Pikachu Master Set, it's like 800. Like that's kind of daunting when you jump on and throw a couple of cards and you're not even 1% complete.
That's pretty dope. How's your Pikachu registry coming?
Building back up. I did sell quite a few while prices were high with the intention of buying back when they're cheaper. So as they come in cheaper, I'm starting to buy them, but slow and steady. Prices are good right now, so I don't think I need to rush and FOMO into anything. I'm just buying stuff as it comes along.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I actually went through all my slabs, got them all organized, and got my registry all updated and fixed up the other day. So it's nice, getting nice and tidy. Yeah.
That's awesome. This sale's pretty solid. I'm pretty shocked actually that it sold for this much, 3.3K.
It is good. Such a cool card though.
OG. I know PSA 10s are probably, I'm guessing when I say
I couldn't tell you.
8,000 maybe. No, it's probably not. I don't know if it may be $8,000 because I know Zapdos PSA 10 is just sold for like $5,000, and that was like a hell of a sale through ZNG Emporium.
That centering looked a little off left to right there. I don't know if it's just my eyes.
Yeah.
That's a generous 10 on the centering there, but it's probably understandable if everything else is squeaky.
Only one way to find out.
I do love the PWCC zoom.
It is really nice. Oh, you got a bunch of debris sitting on top of the slab as they scanned it.
Standard.
But yeah, it looks pretty damn. So much debris.
Does look really clean though.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that slight off center, like, yeah, I could see it.
She nice. Thick stamp too. I think they put that on the label. No?
Is it a thick stamp? I didn't see it. Let me look at it again.
You would think they would. I'm actually shocked that they don't do that. Put thick or thin stamp. I mean, I guess I'm kind of shocked they don't put that on there. Damn. I never realized that.
I don't know if I've ever seen it on CGC now you say that. I don't know if I've ever noticed that on a CGC slab.
No, I agree. And I'm kind of shocked they don't because they do other stupid stuff like that. But
I'm gonna be checking that now. Next time I see one, I'm gonna be looking. I'll try and find as an example.
Shadowzard, $3,000 for a 9.
Classics. Yeah. I mean, they're understandable for sure.
Same price. Which one would you rather have?
The Mew all day. Not even a question. Not even close.
Centering's a little suspect too. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it is. Yeah, left to right.
It's like shifted bottom left. It's like a two-way shift.
Yeah, let's see it.
Jeez. I don't know about this 10, boys. Yeah, it's
yeah.
It's an old cert though. We'll give it. It's okay. It's still a 10. My God.
PSA said it's a 10.
They're the experts. You got this set, right? Since you're a Pikachu.
Get the hell off my screen. No, these are the ones that I'm like, what are you doing? Like $3,000 for a Poncho Pikachu. It just seems so crazy to me. Like it's I like the novelty of it, but it's just it's so crazy.
There's so many Poncho Pikachus that sell on here. I can't believe that's not in the top 5, to be honest.
I'm not about it. But yeah, there is a lot, surprisingly. That's a cute card, but $3,000. Oh my God.
A 2018 set card? This is a set card, right?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it.
Why does it look like she's only wearing underwear? I've never noticed this. That ain't great, Pokemon.
Like boxer short, what do we call it? Like little shorts.
Yeah, she's wearing like freaking booty shorts. That's why it's freaking $3,000. Y'all are some sickos.
That's probably what it is. I mean, you caught your eye right out of the gate, so
Exactly.
it must work.
I can't believe the Mewtwo is $3,000. Oh my god. Not a fan of this card. I'm not a fan of Pokemon cards where you don't see their face and you're just staring at their ass. It's not something I'm a fan of.
I don't know if I ever realized that really consciously about this card. I think it's cool. It gives me like Detective Pikachu vibes, though. Like it's
That's yeah.
like
When I see
a
this,
shot
I
from a
think
movie or
Detective
something.
Pikachu promo.
Yeah, it doesn't look like card artwork kind of picture to me.
You know who the artist is for $1 million?
No, I don't remember.
I think it's Arita, if I could read that correctly.
Oh, it is?
I never would have guessed. It is. Huh.
I think I knew that. I think that was one of the questions on one of the game nights I did once. I want to say. I seem to remember researching that, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, something about looking at their Fremunda cheese. I'm all set.
Under cheese.
Yeah.
Under cheese. Also, I can't read it. What's those squiggles on the front of the card?
The squiggles.
Yeah, there's like.
Oh. Jesus. Oh, there you go. You got these ones?
Now. Give me Crimson Invasion Pikachu over those any day. All day, any day.
I wish there was a Diglett one. I would own that.
I feel like Diglett would be a good one to be wearing ponchos. Like every poncho would fit. It's like a great shape.
Naturally.
Yeah, such a great
Poncho
shape.
Diglett series. Oh my god, that'd be so sexy.
Oh my god, that'd be.
I'd go bankrupt. Is a fourth of the price, or a little bit more than that, but damn, that's an expensive gold star.
Yeah, it's probably a really clean one too.
Wow. Anyways, I think it's enough of the recap. Let us know if you like us recapping some of these auctions. I think when we first started doing the podcast, we had thought about doing a lot more auction recaps, actually.
Yeah, I think we're going to talk more about some of the data stuff and some of the sales and some more direct what happened this week kind of stuff. So I like it. I like looking at what's selling. That's the first black label that we've seen, I think, right?
Yep, and it's a beautiful looking whale.
That really is a cool card.
2.2. Yeah. I've never knew there was a champion double colorless energy in my life. Stamped with a champion stamp. I see new cards every day. It's insane. There's so many cards.
Oh, stamp looked awful.
Yeah, it's probably the lighting, maybe.
I don't know. Doesn't look great quality.
It got a 9.5, that's why.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. That was cool doing that. The recap.
Yeah, it was. And we'll wrap up with you're hitting Galacticon this weekend, right?
Galacticon Houston. Hit me up if you guys are going. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a freaking blast. Going as a buyer.
Buy him a drink.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Get him a
drink.
drink.
I'll buy you a drink. If you comment down below. Maybe not. That might get expensive. Maybe I don't know. I feel like there's not that many people going that watch the podcast. I feel like it's a light show as far as the homies go. So, but yeah, it'll be a banger. I'll plan to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, leaving Sunday. Buying. Let me know if you're selling. Buying all your slabs at 43%. And primarily just going to buy singles though, and get stuff for grading for Chicago Collecticon, maybe some local shows here this year. So thoroughly excited to be there again. Awesome venue.
I'm excited for you. I wish I was joining. It's going to be a fun time. And yeah, like you say, buy in. Hopefully you get a couple of steals, some fun stuff, discover something new, maybe get some exciting things, and get a video out. I always like watching those, see what you get up to. So
yeah, might do a vlog. That was actually the last Collecticon I went to was Houston. So my actual last Collecticon vlog was Houston 23. So might have to do one. We'll see what I can put together.
Sweet. Let's wrap. Everyone, please hit the like, and don't forget, you need to put your spicy comment. Leave it in the comments. You want to get votes. You want to get yourself showed up there. Get all your friends and family to hit the like on your comment, and let's talk about some fun stuff. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, see you guys. Thank you.
Have a good one. Peace.